Hey folks, how you doing? Good to be with you. I heard some folks talking about the architect of the world. Wow, you talking about God, something like that. Well, he built the world, you know. But wait a minute. What does the world really mean? Okay, and and how it was built. We know how it was built, and we know who did it and how they did it. You know. Oh yeah, they have all types of symbols around and so forth and so on. You know, people be doing their symbols and this and that. Okay, fine. They represent something, and they can be used in a certain way. Okay, uh, to facilitate life, I suspect. Yeah, to facilitate life. You can use them in meditation. But anyway, we're getting back to the architect of the world. Okay, the one who made plans for the creation of the world or the building of the world and put those plans to use. And so here we have the world. Okay, we're talking about the cosmos. Cosmos means the birth of organization, or let's say the birth of order. The MOS, Moss in cosmos, means birth, like the moss in Christmas. Christmas, the birth of Christ. Cosmos, where cos means order. Cosmos means the birth of order. You know what I mean? And it's this order or organization, okay, that means the world. The world is an organized body. Okay, folks? So now, who did this? Who organized this situation here? Well, humans did. Okay? Now, we take a person who knows nothing about astronomy, astrology, nothing about the constellations in the sky, nothing. Or like a child, a young kid, okay, who presumably knows nothing about these things. Oh, he looks up at the sky, and what does he see? He sees all these stars, a mass of stars. You know what I mean? That's what the earliest humans did too. A mass of stars. But during the course of human evolution, okay, people started to recognize certain things about the sky. The people were able to, let's say, sense or pick up on certain emanations from the sky. We would call it cosmic energy. Okay. But now, as time goes by, they recognize certain areas of the sky where this energy might be coming from. They notice that it changes, and it changes also according to time. Okay? So these folks, okay, becoming aware of this, drew or described constellations in the sky. They connected stars. And that's what a constellation is. A group of stars that have been connected. Okay? And so we have constellations, we have the zodiacal constellations, and we have extra constellations that are not in the zodiacal circle. Okay? So now, they even went as far as say, well, naming the constellations. Well, that made sense. That's order too, you know. But this is what they're doing. They're putting order in the sky. Okay? Then we have the planets. Okay. And they noticed that there are certain emanations from the planet, energetic emanations from the planets. Like most people realize from the moon and the sun that they receive certain energetic emanations from these. Okay. But those from the planet are a little finer. They're harder to sense, harder to detect. Okay. This took meditation and so forth and so on. And stilling the brain and so forth so that they could experience these better. Okay. But anyway, they also noticed, well, that certain constellations arose on the horizon. And they noticed that certain constellations would move from the southern sky on up to the northern sky, like Orion. Okay, and the star Sirius, the Isis, star of Isis, and Osset. So these things were noticed and taken account of. You know, and so given these star movements, okay, rising on the horizon and so forth and so on, they noticed that certain the planets, certain conjunctions of the planets, okay, would sort of facilitate work done on Earth. It made things easier. And some conjunctions, planetary conjunctions at a certain time, well, it make things sort of harder to do. So now people are really getting in tune with these cycles. Okay? So now, we see that we have, let's say a billionaire. Okay? And before he got rich, let's say he had an idea. He even tried his idea in business. And he says, I know this idea work. I'm going to put it to work. I'm going to make this work. Okay? And he does. And he becomes a billionaire. But wait a minute. How come it worked for him? You know? Well, it had to do with the cycles of time. The time cycles. There are cycles, okay, that favor certain events on Earth. Whatever the events may be, there are time cycles that favor the event. Or a cycle may favor a particular event. Okay? So this guy, okay, said that his idea was going to work. It did. Okay? Because the cycle in which he came up with the idea and the cycle that was in play when he decided to put that idea to work favored the idea that he was going to put to work. The cycle made it possible that his idea would work at the time he decided to do it. Understanding the time cycles and doing things according to these cycles, okay, makes success possible. Very possible. Because when something, okay, is a task or something is going to be implemented, something's going to be implemented, if you do it at the right time, it's going to work. That's why they say strike when the iron is hot, or strike when the cycle is hot. That's how it works in our world. You know. Then we have some people who have an idea and they put it to work and it don't work for them. Maybe 30 years later, somebody else with the same idea puts the idea to work and it works for them. Just like that. It was changing a cycle. The first guy was just doing it at the wrong time. The second guy, 30 years later, did it at the right time. you see. So the builder of the universe, the builder of the world or architect of the world, was human beings who recognized these cycles, described these cycles in the sky in order to facilitate life on Earth. Humans did that. The architect of the world were the humans. And the architect of the world, the humans, simply just organized what was already there. Like the person look up at the sky and they just see a mass of stars. It means nothing to them. But once these stars are organized in such a way that they could facilitate life on Earth, then you've got order. You have built the world, and that's what the world is. The world is order, organization. You see. And the people who understands this and are able to use this organization should do very well. Most people don't understand it. They just happen to do things at a time when the cycle is favorable to what they're doing, favorable to the success of what they're doing. So now we know who the architect of the world was. And so the folks put the gods up there to name the constellations and stuff. So now we know who put the gods in the sky. Or God, if you just want to say one. Humans did it, folks. Be practical, folks. And understand the world about us. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll be getting back with you and talk more about this. All right. Have a good one, and bye.